I'm Christy Stephens, and I've got 3 children, and they range from 11 to 24. All of them have been in the programs, and I myself have been through all the programs from the years of Sacred Heart and had many sacraments with Sacred Heart as well. But my children have been with, I guess it was originally Sacred Heart, and then we moved to Holy Name and, as the church grew, which is pretty exciting. So it's like family. We've grown with family, the teachers, and I've seen them from little growing all the way up. And let's see, I've got one currently elementary and one that's middle school. So I think we have 2 years before the middle schoolers in C1 or C2. So yeah. I feel like the teachers and the catechists are very informative, and they're able to get on the level of the kids depending on which class they're in. And then you can also take some of the teachers and you can move them from little people to bigger people too. So I feel like they're very diverse and just knowledgeable, and they're able to break things down in a way that's understandable to a youth, a child, or these preteens as they go forward. So, and then y'all are also doing the program that for the older teens, once they are, once they've made it through and there's something there. And that's something that I wish that had been there for when I was there. But Miss Stacy holds a really big place in our heart just because she was really connected to my son. And, there was a time when he was going through his sacraments, and I think he had some questions and he just really needed somebody to talk to. And she was able to talk to him and just really make him think where are you at in life? What's your journey? How are you going to move forward? And then both of my kids have been with Mr. Anthony, which I think he's just I don't know, he's like an encyclopedia. He knows a lot of information. And, when you connect to one teacher versus another, or if you connect in different ways, it can be different. But I think that he has benefited the children, my girls, both in different ways. And then, of course, me as well. So I think a lot of it came full circle for us when my mom got sick. Mm-hmm. And I think, us as a family, the kids not being able to understand or absorb a lot of that, and just talking to them and saying, you remember in class, or do you remember when we were in church, or, do you remember some of your lessons? And, so a couple of years ago when we were going through that, and they're so young, they're still trying to understand what is happening, or, what is her, when she asked for her last rites, or, when I called Miss Stacy the night before Mom passed, so the kids are trying to absorb that and put all these little pieces together. And then, after she passed, so it's where we're leaning to, who we're leaning to, and then leaning into our family, into the church. I just look forward to watching them go through the programs and getting more involved, and then myself getting more involved, and I think just helping out. I look forward to seeing the program grow. I mean, you guys have this great space here now, and I think that everything's just, you don't know what the possibilities are.